Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're heading way, way back in time. We're digging into a real-life cold case, you could say, involving someone incredibly ancient. We're talking about Ötzi the Iceman. His discovery basically turned a lot of what we thought we knew about prehistoric life upside down. And it's a fantastic way to see how social scientists learn from these, well, amazing finds like mummies. Okay, so picture this. It's September 1991. Way up high in the Ötztal Alps, right on the border between Italy and Austria. It had been a really warm summer, unusually warm actually, so the glacier ice was melting back much more than normal. And then these two hikers are just out enjoying the day and they spot something sticking out of the ice and meltwater. It's the head and shoulders of a man. Their first thought, totally understandable, right? They figured it was a modern mountaineer, someone who'd had a terrible accident maybe recently.
Exactly. But that unusual melt was the key. It uncovered someone who'd been locked in the ice for, well, millennia. Rescue teams came, carefully got the body out, along with all the things he had with him, and they nicknamed him Ötzi pretty quickly after the Ötztal Valley where he was found.
So for a little while, everyone's thinking, okay, a recent tragedy, but then something changed. A really important clue surfaced.
Yes, the game changer was when an archaeologist took a closer look at Ötzi's axe. It wasn't just any old axe. The blade wasn't stone, it was copper. And that single artifact, that copper blade, was the moment they realized, hang on, this man isn't from recent times at all. He's ancient.
Really ancient. And when we say ancient, we mean prehistoric.
Yeah.
That's the time before people kept written records, right?
Precisely, before written history.
So what did that copper axe tell them about when, in prehistory, he lived? Why was copper such a big deal?
Well, that copper blade placed him smack in the middle of what we call the Neolithic era, or the late Neolithic, really. We're talking roughly 5,300 years ago. And that's significant because the Neolithic is this huge transition period. People are settling down, farming. But crucially, it's also when humans first started working with metal, moving beyond just using stone for tools. Copper was one of the very first metals they figured out. So Ötzi is like a time capsule from that exact moment of change.
Wow. Okay, so if he's from 5,300 years ago, living in the Alps, what does someone carry with them back then? His stuff must tell a story.
Oh, absolutely. It's an incredible kit. You get a real picture of his life.
So we know about the axe, the copper-bladed one. What else?
He had a dagger, but this one was stone flint, actually with a nice wooden handle, so a mix of materials. He also had a bow, a long bow, and a quiver made of animal hide. Inside that were arrows, some finished with feathers, some maybe still works in progress.
A hunter, then. Makes sense for the environment.
Definitely. And he had something really clever. Containers made of birch bark. One seems specifically designed to carry embers, glowing bits from a fire wrapped in leaves.
Like a portable fire starter kit.
Exactly. So he could get a fire going again wherever he was. Very smart.
What about clothes? It's cold up there.
Yeah, his clothes were amazing. Made from the skins of different animals, goat, sheep, deer, even bear fur for his cap, all stitched together. And his shoes, leather, obviously, but inside they were stuffed with grass.
Grass for warmth.
For insulation, yeah. Like ancient hiking socks. Really practical. And maybe the most personal detail, scientists found traces of his last meal in his stomach. Things like ibex meat and a type of simple bread or cracker.
That's incredible. So, okay, the big question. How did he and all this stuff, the leather, the wood, the body, survive for 5,300 years? That just seems impossible.
It comes down to something called natural mummification. Basically, Ötzi died up there on the glacier, probably got covered by snow and ice very quickly. The extreme, constant cold and the dry conditions essentially freeze-dried him. It stopped the normal process of decomposition almost immediately. It wasn't like Egyptian mummies where it was intentional. This was just nature's deep freeze, perfect preservation by accident.
Just the right conditions at the right time. Yeah. And now, is he still frozen?
Well, yes, in a way. His body is kept in a specially designed cold cell, like a high-tech freezer in a museum in Bolzano, Italy. It maintains those exact freezing, humid conditions he was found in. This means social scientists, archaeologists, anthropologists, forensic scientists, historians, you name it, can keep studying him without causing damage. They're still learning new things from him all the time.
It really is like opening a window directly onto life, thousands of years ago. Just amazing what nature preserved.
It truly is. And every single thing they find out from Ötzi, his health, his gear, even his tattoos, helps us build a clearer, more complex picture of Neolithic people. For you listening, thinking about Ötzi is a great way to understand how different experts look at the same source, like this mummy, and pull out different kinds of information to understand the past.
Makes you wonder, doesn't it? As glaciers continue to melt,
right,
what other stories, what other people might be waiting up there